This is Sparta!
Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we're on Duckla Pass. And we are back in the Tornado, the T29. The M55 Tornado. Wow, Spartan, wake up. It's time to party. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This was literally the very first match of the night. So keep that in mind. And I'm not gonna like bait you guys in and say that I'm definitely gonna try something, but I've been playing this tank for a very, 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 very long time, and I know that I'm one of the better players that play it. I'm not the best, never claimed to be the best, but one thing I think I could potentially do if I would just play patient and make every shot count rather than wasting half my shells is I want to take a chance and see if I can 3-mark this thing. I've never 3-marked any tank, but if there's any tank I'm ever going to 3-mark, it is this tank. I know this tank so well, it's ridiculous. And I know there's a lot of people going, well, quit calling it a tank for starters. But if you're new to the channel, I've given this lecture before. It is a tank. Not all artilleries are. But the M55 is definitely a tank. If you look at the definition of a tank, it is an armored fighting vehicle. The M55 shot out. Pow! 844, and we tracked the T-54. There goes half his health. And but if you look at the definition, an armored fighting vehicle. Okay, so an APC is an armored vehicle, but does it have weapons? Can it fire back? So is it a fighting vehicle? Maybe not. Not all APCs are, but there are AFVs. And the M55 has 20 millimeters of armor, roughly, around the top. It is an enclosed, so, you know, you've got an enclosed armored fighting vehicle. That is the definition of a tank, which means we fit the definition. Now, in real life, it wouldn't technically be enclosed like it is in the game, because you're not going to be firing an 8-inch howitzer with the door closed on the back. The big doors, if you look at the back of this, usually were open when firing. Shot out. Pow! We catch the E4 slipping. So we're 2 for 2 so far. So just take what they give us and make things happen. Now here, we've got an IS-7 sitting right out in the open, just begging for trouble. And we got a Jag, just begging for trouble. Now, this Jag shot out. Pow! 787, not bad. 3.5 second flight time for these. So I've got to make sure that what I'm shooting at is going to stay there for at least 4 seconds. Because it takes 3.5 to get there. So, wait for it. Oh, okay. Well, he's running away. So, IS-7 and shot out. See, there's one of those rust shots. And that's one of the things that I need to cut back on. Anytime you're trying to push yourself to get better at tanks, and any tank, you gotta start noticing the little things you do wrong. I record all my matches that are good, so I can see a lot of the things that I do right, and I can see some of the things that I do wrong, and some of the things that I do wrong is I tend to rush shots. You got to remember, it's 25 seconds in between rounds, and, you know, taking shots that are ill-advised. Now, this shot on this IS-7 should have killed him. Unfortunately, the game's like, nah. Now, we're going to splash next to him and not kill him. Okay, well, that's a shame. That should have killed him. Now, these guys have absolutely annihilated my right side. Not preferable. But we're going to stay in the fight. We're going to try to take these guys down. Now, the IS-7 has kind of run into a rock, so we're going to go ahead and take this shot. Shot out. And then we overshoot by a mile because he's on the backside of the hill. Go figure. Unfortunate, but it's a thing. Now, we've seen a few rush shots. We've seen a few misses in a row. and I don't like missing. I've got a 34% roughly overall hit rate in my M55. Now here's a 268, again on the backside of a hill. Can't really hit him. And we're going to go right over here. There we have the Jag. Jag is not running away, shot out. And is he going to back up or is he going to pull forward? We get a lucky shot there. If it would have went where we hit or where we aimed, we would have probably splashed him for next to nothing. Instead, we walk away with another 600 damage. IS-7's pushing up. He's got no health, but, you know, tier 10 heavy tank, pike nose, good front armor. He's going to keep trying to fight. Shot out. And we finally get him off the board, our first kill of the game. And then I noticed the T-10 is right next to us. Literally, you know, 400 meters out. Luckily, he was just far enough out, and he just got smacked by what I'm assuming is a Jag. Just hit him for 11-19. That stung. And then he gets absolutely annihilated. And we're just kind of looking. Now, I don't know 100% sure where this guy is, but I can take a guess. He's right here next to this building. And the reason I'm like he's right next to the building is because everybody's looking at the cap. And they can't see him. Where's the only thing in the cap that they wouldn't be able to see right now? Right behind this building. So I'm zoomed in. I'm waiting. I should have probably taken the shot. But again, don't rush your shot. Wait for it. And we'll make it happen. And there he is. Shot out. Pow! 779. We reset the cap. We set him on fire. And then he gets blasted by a Jagdpanzer 100. And that's the end of his game. Waffentrager's flanked by our Bat Chat. So that's the end of his game. And now we're down to just 3 enemies left. And these 3 enemies are working together and giving these guys that are next to them fits. There's a tank destroyer and a light tank, and there's an Arty and 2 tank destroyers. Who's going to come out on top? Now that 268 just got smacked. Plain and simple. Shot out. Oh, come on. Really? The rock caught it. Light tank goes in. Not sure what he was thinking. And he's broadside on to a 17 centimeter. And that was a paddling. Oof. Light tank, you gotta know what's around, man. He was spotted not even, you know, a minute ago on the map. You knew he was down there.
Ready to fire.
So right here, we're waiting for something. Just give me something, guys. I don't care. Oh, there he is. Now, that Bat Chat's obviously going to clip him out. I'm not caring. Okay, now we've got that. The Arty, he's playing around a little too much. He's down. And that leaves us with a long shot. Can we catch him? And pow! 504. We get the kill. Nice. So we end up 11 hits, 2 kills. Some of those aren't true hits because they were fire. And what we end up with? 7 hits, 2 kills, 48-55, 960 assisted, another Gores medal, another high caliber, top of the leaderboard. Not bad. So if you like what I'm doing, punch that like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.